Hey guys, how everyone's doing? It's your boy Jaren. With me today we have...
Oh, I thought you were going to say my name and I just say, what's up? Ankit, hello.
Nick with one syllable.
And Ricardo. Hey guys.
And my name's Derek, aka D-Rock with the hardest D on the block.
hey! And this is the Geek Index.
I didn't think that through.
And this podcast we like to call The Podcast.
Yeah, official title being Geek Index, the podcast. Our first one.
This is the first one that we're doing for... Yeah. This is going to be our weekly podcast, and it's just going to be topics that we think matter. So, you know, we're going to be...
just matter. It could just be whatever the hell we want to talk about.
No, they matter. For this week, since it's October, the end of October, and we have Halloween next week, we decided to talk about some of our Halloween stories that we have going on. Now, we're in our, 20s, and so we have about 20 years of experiencing some good, some bad, and some terribly horrible Halloween events. And so today we're gonna share some of these with you. And I guess I'm the first one, right?
If you want to start off, go ahead.
All right, I got it. I'll take it from here. All right, so sit back and relax and enjoy the show.
Before we start, we'd like to tell you that Jaren worked at a Party City and currently works at a Halloween City.
It's not a Halloween City or Party City story.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, but
you've worked in those settings, so you have a lot of horror stories in general.
We don't want to talk about those terrible stories.
I'm just saying you have a lot of experience around this holiday.
I do. This is not my favorite holiday. In fact, I hate the month of October.
Jaren loves this holiday.
But Comic-Con.
Hey.
And my birthday.
Oh, your birthday. I forgot. I love you, Nick. But besides the fact that loving Nick Greb, a couple years ago, it was of course it was Halloween. I was in high school at this time, and we just got out of high school, and it was me and my friend Jung. And back then I lived in the apartment complex in Edison. There's a bunch of them, but I'm not going to tell you which one. I don't need you guys going checking for my history background check. But it was me and my friend Jung, and we were sitting and we were just like, hey man, he was like, yeah. I was like, do you want to go get some free candy? He was like, we ain't got costumes. I was like, nah, we can be costumes. We did the most stereotypical thing. I'm still a really big guy, but I was a lot bigger then, and I was able to give myself a lazy eye. So I decided to go around my complex as Biggie Smalls. And my friend Jung was like, since he's Asian, he's not Chinese at all, but he was like, I'll be Jackie Chan. And so we were Biggie Smalls and Jackie Chan. And the complex was it was wide, but it had a lot of houses in each building. So we would go and we would ring one doorbell, get inside, and go up and down and just collect as much candy as possible. So we started doing this, right? All right, so the first house we went to was the first building. We get inside and we're going trick or treat, some of my feet, all that good stuff. And this guy opens the door and he was like, "Oh, aren't you guys a little too old to be trick or treating?" I'm like, "Shut up! That's not the point." I literally told him to shut up. I was like, "I'm here for candy and nothing else. I don't need you to tell me about my life or what I'm doing. I just want candy." And he was like, "All right, who are you supposed to be?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm Biggie Smalls." He was like, "What?" And he was like, I'm like, "Yeah, here, watch." And then I made my eye do the lazy eye. He was like, "Oh shit, you actually do look like Biggie." And then he asked my friend Jung, "Who are you supposed to be?" And Jung's just like, "Yeah, I'm Jackie Chan." And he was like, "That's fucked up." But then the guy gave us candy and it was really cool. And so we thought, since it was the first experience we had, that the rest of the night was going to be just like this, nice, smooth sailing. We were wrong. All right, so we go to a couple buildings more, and then we go to this newly Indian couple, and I think they were new to America because they didn't understand the concept of Halloween, and so we had to explain it to them. Knocked on the doorbell. First didn't open it, but I heard them inside, and I'm very persistent when it comes to getting free candy, so I continued to knock until they opened the door. They looked terrified of me, and I was like, "Trick or treat," and he was like, "What does that mean?" And I was like, you have to give me candy. It's a rule. You have to give me candy. And he was like, I don't have candy, but I have sweets. Come inside and get some sweets. And so Jung and I go inside, and I'm just like, what the fuck's going on? And so, wait.
This sounds like a really bad mistake.
Yeah, I know, right?
Two high school kids, and this guy's like, I don't got candy, but I got something just as sweet. Why don't you come on in on this cold, dark night?
The funny part is, I'm Indian, so I know exactly what they're gonna offer you.
So I get inside. And like I said, they're like newly to America. They don't have much furniture, but like it's very wide open. I can hear myself echo. And so I'm standing there. He's like, his wife goes to the fridge. She brings out some Tupperware, and I'm just like, oh. And he was like, all right, you can eat this, but you have to eat it in one bite. And I was like, why? He was like, no, you don't understand. You have to eat it in one bite. And I'm like, okay. And I'm looking at Jung, and Jung's like, don't do it. And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna do it. And so the guy like opens the Tupperware, and I get a whiff of it. And as soon as I got the whiff of it, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. But he was like, they look so happy, and like they're smiling at me, and like the whole crowd was doing it. So I was like, yeah, let me do this. So I take it and I pop it in my mouth, and they're like, how does it taste? Let me tell you, it tasted like sour milk, and like it just stayed in my mouth, and like the smell just like consumed my entire being. Like my mouth was just like, I don't want to. Why'd you do this to yourself? And like they're asking me questions. How's it taste? Is it good? They look so happy that they're like, we've never had anyone eat our sweets before, and I was like, I see why. What the fuck is this? But. So
what sweet did you have?
I don't know. I have no idea what it was.
I'm like trying to think. I'm like, I never had anything like
yeah,
that.
I'm saying I think it was spoiled or something. But like I'm eating it, and like they're talking to me, and I'm just like, Jung, we gotta go. And Jung's like trying to go to the door, but they're like, no, we want to know how it tastes. You have to swallow it. And I'm like, no, I gotta go. And so I rush outside. I run down the stairs, and I get out there, and I spit it out. And then I quickly go in my bag, and I get a chocolate bar just to like take away the taste, but it just lingers, and it's like it was the most unsatisfying taste like I've ever tasted in my life. And I was
you
like,
get for trying to force candy out of people who don't know what the
thank
holiday
you,
is.
thanks, Derek. I know.
I got you.
It was a bad experience. I learned my lesson, but nothing taught me more than the last house we went to. So it was around the end of the night, and so we go to this other house, and we ring the doorbell, and a half-naked guy opens the door and was like,
well, if that wasn't a signal.
nah, I'm not
Then
done
he
yet.
asked you for sweets, right?
Nah.
Did you give him sweets?
No, we were like trick or treat. He was like, huh? And I was like, I guess it was a newly someone else fresh to America didn't understand trick or treat. But I was like, trick or treat, and then he opened the door. Another guy came to the door, and he was half naked as well. And I was like, oh. And then like as soon as he opened the door more, there's a half naked guy cooking, a half naked guy on the couch watching TV, and another guy coming out the bedroom. And they were just like, oh, you want candy? You guys have to come in first. Let me tell you how fast Jung and I ran out of that apartment complex. We were gone. It was Fast and Furious type going. Like we were like, oh hell no. Larry Jung was like, oh hell no. And he just took off. I took off after him. He was like, come on, motherfucker, we gotta go. We were racing just to get back to my apartment.
That sounds like John.
It was
So you didn't get any candy from that
hell no.
house.
I didn't stay for candy. They wanted me to come inside.
That sounded like the gayest orgy ever.
I was
Want to come inside?
trying to get in
I
here.
know I don't have a shirt on, but you shouldn't let that distract you from what you really want.
This
If you
candy.
do come inside, you have to take your shirt off.
It's a rule in this household.
I'm in high school, sir. Even better. Come on in.
So at the end of the night, like that was the end of my trick or treating Halloween story. And like I said, I learned my lesson. I never tried to like impose my ideal of trick or treating or Halloween on any newcomers to America. And I taught my lesson. I've never taken candy from random people ever again. And yeah, that was it.
You still trick or treat after that, haven't you?
I haven't,
Oh, really?
because after that I started going to parties, and
All right, good.
yeah.
Who?
That's it. That's my story. Who's up next?
Oh, you probably have plenty more too. We'll go after. At
I
least
think-
everybody tells one.
Yeah.
I think one of the best parts of that story is that you walked around as this big black guy who was just like, I can make my eye lazy. And he was like, oh, man, that makes you Biggie. And then the one Asian guy who's just like, I'm Jackie Chan. Nah, that's racist, bro. Like, that's the cutoff line, I guess, when the one Asian guy's like, let me play my strengths.
What ethnicity was the person that opened the door, by the way?
Huh?
Do you remember who opened the door, like what race they were?
Yeah, they were Indian too. I didn't want to say that, but they were Indian as well. Are you trying to pound it like?
No.
I'm never going to Ankit's house for Halloween.
Nobody ever comes to my house for Halloween anyways. Like, we live on a street where there's like no kids.
Uh-huh.
Like, we just started, like, there's an influx of kids now because that's how it's starting to get like more apartment complex and everything.
Yeah.
But before, we bought like 2 bags of candy last year, and I think 0 kids came by.
That's crazy.
Shit, this year I opened like a candy bag and I just started eating. I'm like, nobody gonna
It's not
come.
Halloween yet. You're supposed to open it.
Shut up! Nobody's gonna come to my house.
I will.
Right? Kids, like, Halloween happens earlier and earlier this year. Like,
Ankit can't get
it
angry
ends
if I come
before
to his house.
sundown now.
Yeah.
No, for like the past Halloweens, we've been hit with a storm and a.
No, that was only that one year we had.
Never me. Our house never gets it.
Oh, you're so lucky.
No, but like that's what stops Halloween.
No, but just in general, like, Halloween, as of lately, just ends earlier and
They
earlier.
started doing this whole trunk or treat thing though.
Trunk or treat?
Trunk or
That's
treat.
for like the schools.
Yeah, they like have like the parents come with like trunks full of candy, and like everything about this says that it will be wrong for kids to like go to these parents' trunks and get
Yeah.
candy out of it. But like since
It's supposed to be safer because
It's safer.
They're not walking to a random stranger's
Yeah.
house. But that was
What
part
if a
of
random
like.
stranger brings a car into this parking lot
And is not wearing a shirt.
hey,
wearing
shut
a
up,
shirt.
Derek.
I got sour milk sweets.
I know you like that, don't you?
There are actually some parents who have like the SUVs. They make the back of their trunk like a kind of a mini haunted house thing. So you have like kids climbing into the trunks of cars. And I was just like, that's not safe.
Safe. That's creepy.
It's extremely creepy. I mean, because now I guess it has to be Halloween on the go, but like
Yeah.
that's what made Halloween so fun, so adventurous. It was dark out. You didn't need your parents. At first, your parents would be with you just to see if you would be safe.
You're with your squad.
Yeah, you had your friends, and your parents knew as long as you had your group of friends, you should be safe. Like there was, like if there was like one guy trying to take one kid, there was 8 kids, so 7 of them weren't gonna let you take them. So like you were safe and you were having fun. It was at night. Like this was the closest thing you had to being an adult growing up.
True.
And
They took that away.
yeah,
It's life.
All right, so my Halloween stories aren't like too like crazy. Like they're funny because some of the houses we went to, but like beyond that, like there's never been like a crazy story. Besides like the one year we dressed up as terrorists because we had the beards and everything,
Oh.
Damn.
and like we had Jedi robes on and everything, but people just assumed we were terrorists, so we were just like, F it, roll with it. We were just like, let's just do it. We were just trying to be Jedi. But anyways, there was this one time I was in, I think, elementary school still. That year I dressed up as a ninja, while all my other friends were like, they dressed up as like soldiers.
Uh-huh.
I think there was another one that was like not a ninja, but like almost like a samurai, but wasn't really a samurai type thing. And we were like so we made like a unit type thing, and we were like the special units because we were like a ninja and a goddamn samurai. It makes no sense in the army. But we were going trick or treating, and we came to this. Went to a couple of houses. They had like you know how all these houses have these fancy like setups and everything.
Yeah.
Some of them have Christmas lights up for some goddamn reason.
Yeah.
I never understood that. But we went to like a couple of houses that were like they never let you inside. We didn't have any of those situations, but we had situations where they were just like they had really creepy and like good setups. So we went to this one house. It just looked like a regular farm like setup. So at that point I should have known it's creepy, but I was a kid and I didn't know that was a creepy staple yet. So it looked like this guy put like haystacks and everything, like places, had pumpkins, had the scarecrow with the chainsaw sitting in a chair. And I was just like, that's cool. We're like, we see people going up getting candy, but we didn't know. So that's why we thought it was cool. And like, he didn't even leave. Nobody answered the door. This guy left a bowl outside and you take the candy, which, most kids are assholes and probably just take the whole thing.
That
Yeah.
was me.
I'm not going to lie. I did it one time too. But this was a unique one because not everybody was taking more than one candy, and we found out why. We weren't taking more than one candy, but when we walked up to the house, the scarecrow got up, chainsaw turned on, and it came towards us, and I was just like, "Holy shit!" And we just dipped, and the guy was like, "Wait, we come back!" Like, I didn't mean to, but like he was literally
meant to scare
he
you.
was going up to like he let like a couple of groups go by because he knows like, oh, if they see me, then those people are gonna see me over there. So he just gets up every once in a while. But this dude, like, at first you would think it's just like a regular doll or animatronic, but no, this dude gets up and starts like walking up towards you, and the chainsaw turns on. I was just like, yeah, deuces.
And he was like, no, JK.
yeah, that's all he did. He's like, JK, take some candy. And I was just like, we were fucking gone, yo. We were just like, no. I think I was like 9 or 10 that time, and I was just like, nah.
That's recipe to be scarred for life.
Huh? Yeah, no, dude, it's so close. But the dude was mad chill. Like, yeah, we came back. He took off the mask and everything. I'm like, oh, my bad. The worst part was this was like literally only like 5 houses down from my place.
Oh my god, that's pretty intense.
So even if I went home, I'm just gonna be like, there's a guy with a chainsaw, like right over there.
Scarecrow chainsaw, man.
There's a killer down the street, Mom. Can you go trick or treating?
Now imagine that story if I watched Batman. If Batman was out at that time and then this happened, like all I need him to say like is like, you know, have some mist coming out of this house because he did have like a little foggy thing going on. I would have been even more scared.
Do not fear the fear toxin, Batman. Well, I don't know why Scarecrow would talk like Bane.
But yeah, I mean, like I have stories like that. I don't have anything like extravagant, like where I was gonna go into like almost you know, an orgy or
Well, I mean,
like,
it's
you know.
Halloween. Anything can happen.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that is true.
Anything is possible.
Although the amount of houses I got that got wrecked by Mischief Night,
Oh my god.
crazy. There's this one house, like the whole front yard was just toilet paper, the tree was toilet paper, and the house was toilet paper, and the cars were toilet paper. And it's like,
They did
Damn.
not like that person.
yeah, I was just like, man, this person must have done something. Guy didn't even bother cleaning it. He's like, no can. He put a sign for no candy on his lawn. He's like, fuck off my lawn.
That's probably why he got TP'd.
No, he did. He said that because this happened the day before.
Oh.
Mischief
Mischief
Night.
Night, it's the 30th.
Yeah, and like when we went past it the
Mischief Night's
day,
a Friday now too.
It's a
Yeah.
Friday. It's gonna be so bad.
like the day before too, when we went there, it was only the tree that got like lit up by the toilet paper. Next day, everything was like everything got hit.
It's gonna be. I don't know.
I never did anything on Mischief Night
I
though.
never did anything on Mischief
I was a
Night.
good boy.
Same.
I
I-
did stuff with Mischief Night.
Oh shit, let's hear it.
Boom,
Well,
boom, boom, boom.
my parents are very religious, so they don't celebrate Halloween, so we don't give out candy or anything. They didn't knew I was going out, but I went out for Mischief Night with some friends. We didn't use toilet paper. We actually used eggs.
I mean, that's what a lot of people do. It's
We
like,
had
either eggs or toilet paper.
We have 10 dozens of eggs. So we had a lot to go around.
How old were you then?
9.
How the hell did you purchase 10 dozen eggs?
You don't have
My
to be
friends
18 or
did.
older to buy eggs.
Yeah, but a
Jeez.
lot of 9-year-olds don't have that much money. We were kids that scrape for change in the like sofa cushions.
Listen,
and
the
everything.
fact of the matter is, my dude had eggs and he was going on a spree.
Because are you guys gonna tell me you guys had like money to just do that?
No, I
To
just
be-
stole all the eggs from inside my house, and then I got yelled at it on Halloween Day for it. My dad's like, "Where are all the eggs?" I would take eggs leading up, like the cartons leading up to Halloween, like the week before. So my dad would be forced to buy more cartons of eggs, and I would constantly keep taking them. And my dad would freak out, yelling at everybody, being like, "Who's taking all the eggs? I know nobody's eating all these eggs so fast." I would have like 3 cartons. 9 is a good number. You must have painted the town, I guess yellow at that point.
So yeah, we just kept going around town, painting houses yellow. We get to this one house, and I guess he saw us throw eggs at his house, so he comes out with a gun.
Oh
Like a
shit!
fully loaded weapon.
I don't know if it was real or not. We didn't
At
stay
9-year-olds?
It was at night, mind you, like
Come
around.
on, this is
probably-
America where you hear stupid shit on the news every day.
Every day.
So this was around probably 7:30, 8:30 p.m. So we're like, oh snap!
Damn, you guys didn't even wait like until like night.
Yeah,
you
you
guys
guys,
were
like-
like,
They
Well,
had to
it's
be
dark
in
right
bed
now.
by 9.
Yeah, they're 9 o'clock. I mean, they're 9 o'clock. They're 9 years old.
Well, this is Puerto Rico.
Oh, it's different.
Oh, this wasn't even America. Okay, never mind. I take that story shit back.
It's technically America.
They can get eggs anywhere now.
but it's not.
Oh
I don't know whether it's severe or not. He didn't shot it, so he probably just took it out to scare us, which it did. So after that, we just kept going around the corner, not going to that house again, but just keep throwing our eggs.
We know what house not to throw eggs at.
Yeah, we're like, all right, we're gonna
I don't know
go
if
every
it was-
house but
if-
this one.
If it was me, if there was a weapon in play, I would have been like, peace. Like we
Oh
do.
my God.
We good. How many eggs did you use by the time the gun came up?
About 3 dozens, I would say.
I
don't
don't
think
early
we
in the
used-
night.
We didn't use all of our eggs. We had like probably 2 or 3 dozen of eggs that we didn't use.
Did you have an omelet afterwards?
So if we do it that
Craft.
way, he used about half
Like
of
an
it.
omelet party afterwards?
Yeah.
So the amount you actually used, that was about half of it before the gun came up.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah, I think I would have called it a day there. if
Yeah,
it was like, at least half.
I'm good. I'm good with this today.
How many eggs did you throw per house?
Probably like a 4 or 5.
That's a good ratio.
Yeah.
Good egg to house ratio. Got 12 eggs, one house. Use about 4.
Well, I mean, if you do that, that's 3 houses per carton.
That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
right?
6. So that means they hit up 18 houses. Damn, you guys are assholes.
All right, good job. Good job.
Hey,
Math.
man, I was
math.
just a kid.
Life in the mean streets of Puerto Rico. Guns are pulled, eggs are thrown. You never know what's gonna happen next.
Over here, over you damn kids.
Yeah, right.
All right,
I don't
you
know
wanna
if
go
I-
next.
I-
I mean, well,
I
he
don't
didn't
know.
give us a Halloween story. He gave us Mischief Night story.
Well, that's
Unless-
true.
Unless you
I
want
don't have much of a Halloween story
Yeah,
because
like-
my
Yeah, I don't know
parents
if I have
celebrate.
a Halloween story. I mean, my mom, when I was younger, used to sit outside on Mischief Night just to like make sure people wouldn't do it. Like she would sit like directly on the front lawn, like so if people walked by, my mom would be like, "Mm-hmm, keep walking, don't stop." Like,
I remember one year I was like camped inside my room and I had a paintball gun ready. I was just like, yeah. Like, come.
I've gone out on Mischief Night a few times. I've caused mischief on Halloween a few times. Like I actually threw rocks at a house before on Halloween.
that piece of shit.
Yeah, you're an absolute garbage.
Hey, rocks are free.
Damn,
Yeah, rocks didn't cost me any money.
Rocks do more damage than a goddamn egg.
Listen, if they were the wrong kind of kids, they promised me a lot of candy. If I threw like 5 rocks and broke a window, and I broke 2 windows, so I got like 3 full Snickers bars, and that was a big deal at the time. All right,
The struggles were real.
Wow. What windows in what? A car or a house?
it was the house,
All
but
right.
I
like,
fucked up 4 kids with the rocks, but man, I got 4 Snicker bars.
yo, Snicker bars were the truth back then.
Well,
Yo,
to the
you-
rock to Snicker bar conversion rate.
Like, he would be one of those commercials. He throws rocks at people, gets a Snicker.
Right.
He's like,
But, like,
you better.
Much better.
You're not yourself
No,
when you're
throwing eggs.
hungry.
But I don't know. I mean, I grew up in a pretty like not bad town, but like it wasn't a great town. So like everyone was always doing something illegal on Halloween time. But like, I don't know. Like I don't have like any specific stories. I mean, I remember the Halloweens where I used to like go out and like come back with like a full bag in like 30 minutes and then go back out. Like I would fill up pillowcases upon pillowcases of candy. And then my mom would be like, put it in this crock pot thing we've got. And then my mom would not let us eat it ever. My mom would keep it in her room and keep it to herself. And I was just like, I worked for this candy. You weren't out there.
She used you guys as minions to get her free candy.
She wasn't there in the struggle on the streets. You know, it was me, the Green Ranger, Batman, Superman. She wasn't there with us.
She wasn't with the shooting in the gym.
I think the only Halloween story that I can honestly remember, like that would like be story. It's kind of sad, but I was in like kindergarten, and I remember we had a parade,
Oh, I
like to
remember
come
those.
outside,
Parades.
and they paraded us around, and our parents would like stand on like in like on the streets or whatever. They would like watch us like as we would parade around the school. And I remember I saw my mom there, and like I was like, "Yeah, I'm a parade as hard as I can. I look great in my Halloween costume. I think I was like the White Ranger or the whatever. I was some Power Ranger at the time." And then like I remember like we walked around, and everybody started going in one direction, and I guess for whatever reason I was just because like some kids met with their parents, so I tried to run all the way back to find my mom. My mom had already went home, but I didn't know where she was, so I just like went outside and like I went back to like where like the playground was, and I didn't see her. I was like, maybe if I just sit here, like I'll like she'll come back. And I sat there, I think for like an hour before the school realized I was gone, and they came outside. They were like, Nick, where have you been? I was like out here waiting for my mom, and they were just like, your mom left. Come inside. And I was like, so my mom's not here? And they're just like, no, but you can come inside. I told you it was sad sounding. That's like the only thing like I can like honestly like tell you I remember about Halloween. Like I remember always having a great time on Halloween, but like in terms of story, that's really like the only story I remember. Unless you want to talk about the one Halloween where I had the party. We had a party at my godfather's house, and I hung out with my friends, and then I got all forms of intoxicated, legally or illegally, and then I kissed
And then
a
he
girl.
threw rocks at a house
Rocks on rocks on rocks.
and got Snickers.
Bars. Milky Way bars were the best. If I got a full Milky Way, I was happy.
Three Musketeer bars.
I was all about Milky Way growing up. I don't like I like Three Musketeers now, but I was all about Milky Way growing up.
Or the cookie and cream, yo.
Yo,
Reese's
cookie and cream,
Pieces.
yes.
That's what I'm
Reese's
saying.
Pieces, I never really I don't like I did not like Reese's, but I wasn't all about Reese's, I think, growing up.
I love Reese's Pieces. The only downside to them was that they were the ones that melted the fastest.
Yeah.
True.
All right. Before we move on to a different, like, it's still gonna be Halloween topic related, but Derek, yo, you're the last one.
Tell us your story.
Well, for Mischief Night, I remember one of my friends. It's an acquaintance. I really don't remember who it was, but I remember during school he had a Tupperware of an egg that he kept outside for like 2 weeks, ready for Mischief Night. And it was hilarious because later on that day, like after school, it was like me and my friends were walking around the neighborhood, and we see this kid crying. And we're like, why the hell are you crying? He's like, I dropped my egg on the floor. It's like, I spoiled this for like 2 weeks, just let it fall on the floor. Anyway, that was...
Do eggs spoil?
Yeah, they get rotten.
Yeah.
Those are the worst to throw at houses.
Those they
Because they
smell,
smell,
and
yeah.
they stain worse than regular eggs.
Damn, at least I was nice enough to throw fresh eggs.
Right. You know what you do to protect yourself on Halloween? You just buy mad cans of Pam and you spray the front of your house down. At least all the eggs will just come right off.
It's just right in your house. No one's getting me tonight.
I remember, I think on one Halloween, our friend, I guess if Caesar ever hears this, we threw tomatoes at his house once. Like we just cut tomatoes in half and then we just threw it at his house. And then I went to Wendy's and my friend got more tomatoes because he worked there. And then we kept throwing them. It was only like a block away from his house.
You know what I just realized? Like when I think about these stories, like I was like, I don't remember it being too cold when Halloween when we were kids.
Yeah, now it's
Yeah, now
freezing.
nowadays,
Yeah.
like I remember nowadays, I'm just like, man, I don't
It's an
remember, like,
inconvenient
yeah.
truth.
Anyway, let me tell you the tale of a young Derek. Okay, fuck this. Anyway, I was in elementary school, and like every Halloween, me and my friends would, since my friend lived like a block down away from the school, we would just go to his house and then trick or treat around the neighborhood. One fateful year, I didn't realize how racist this was till like I was older, but I dressed up as a Mexican for one Halloween. I had the sombrero and the poncho and everything. Anyway, we were trick or treating, and this one guy had this witch head that would pop out because it was like motion sensor. And my young self was like, hey, let me put my crotch in front of this witch head so when it comes out, it'll be like it's, about to suck my dick. And so as that happens, the guy opens the door, and all he sees is me like placing my crotch up against this witch head. And he's just staring at me. He goes to me and tells me, you're going to take her out on a date first at least? I was just like, oh shit. I was like, I was just a kid, so this guy's just staring at me. He's like, you shouldn't be doing this. And then later that night, we stole the witch and broke it. Well, I did.
So was that the date?
Huh?
Was that the date?
Oh yeah. That well, I wasn't really on Halloween. At least I wasn't really a good boy.
And that, our friends, is the tale of a young Derek.
I mean, like the same day.
Young
When
Derek,
people wouldn't give us
baby.
candy, we take like one of the candy bars in our thing, like one of the small ones, and we just take it and rub the bar on their door.
I understand, but that's just a waste of candy.
I was allergic to chocolate. I didn't give a fuck.
Oh, you're that kid.
No, I
If
thought
I
you weren't
can't
allergic.
have it, no one can
I thought you
have
weren't
it.
allergic to chocolate.
No, he was.
Until like later.
No, he always was.
I
That's
always
what-
was, but I can like the tolerance I had differed from like the older I got, the less chocolate I was able to eat, which is really sad.
But all right, so everybody told the story now. So what I want to talk about next is let's talk about some of our old
Sex.
Halloween costumes and stuff.
Oh, shit.
Well, let's hear what this crew were before. I mean, obviously I said I was a ninja before. You said you were a Power
I was
Ranger.
usually a Power Ranger, and then I grew up to start being a ninja until my mom stopped caring to buy Halloween costumes. That's when you had to start creating your own.
Yeah. Okay, I could go from I was a ninja at one point. I was a Ninja Turtle at one point. I think I was also a Power Ranger.
I was Power Rangers for days. Me and my sister used to be Power Rangers,
No, I
green
was
and
a
pink
Power
Ranger.
Ranger as well. So I think everyone.
I think we all.
So-
it was the thing to be. It was like the popular.
I
think-
was never a Power Ranger.
I think those were my three. Oh, and then I was I went as Yoda one year.
I was a pirate.
Give me candy, you
Oh, I
will.
think I was a Star Wars character, or I think I made myself a Star Wars character one year.
I lied. I was a Blue Ranger because he didn't have the Red Ranger.
Jaren just didn't want to admit it.
I was a Blue Ranger.
As I got older, like I bought like a cloth mask, and I just wore that all the time. Like I had a cloth mask, and my sister had like an old witch costume, and I just stole like the cape from it, and I was just like, I'm a guy with a mask and a cape.
I think that's what a lot of people
I'm a
did, though.
ghoul.
I'm a guy with a mask and a cape.
I was that dumbass kid who was like, my friend gave me a real samurai sword, and I was like, ooh, I can incorporate this into my costume. And I was walking down the street with a real sword.
samurai sword.
And people would be like, "Oh, that's a cool sword." I'd be like, "Look, it's real." And they're like, "I don't think you should have that." And I'm like, "But it makes me look cool." They're like, "That's a weapon." I'm like, "Nah, it ain't that sharp."
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of my costumes. I know I was Ninja Turtle as a baby. My mom also dressed me up as Barney.
Oh.
I was a pirate, a knight, a Power Ranger.
We
I
can
was
confirm Jaren's pirateness with that picture of him and Chris.
I was the Bloody Scream when Scream first came out. I was a bloody Ghostface.
That was huge. I remember
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah,
people had
there's
that.
So many costumes.
Yeah.
I remember a lot of people growing up where I lived had to be careful because a lot of kids had it, but then there was like the Bloods and the Crips, and apparently even if you were a kid, the Bloods had no mercy for you.
yeah.
They're like, "Oh, you got blood in your costume? It's red and it's called blood. You must want to die tonight." And I'm like, but we're like 9. We're in 5th grade, if that.
And,
Yeah, all the costumes I remember because like at like high school is when you stop wearing like costumes like
Yeah.
middle school, high
Or
school.
like full costumes.
you start wearing makeup and like
Yeah, you would
Yeah.
put things together yourself at that point.
yeah.
because I'm like trying to think of high school. I'm like I just wore like a mask or like I carried
Yeah.
a mask around or whatever.
I just wear
Yeah.
a mask and that's it. Just to get some candy. I was Biggie Smalls too.
It
Can't
was
forget
really
that.
easy to be a poor guy because like all you had to do was just find some jeans, some boots, and like a flannel, and you're like, I'm a hobo.
That's when the hobos actually walk around to houses.
And they get candy. Trick or treat. I lost my job.
Yeah, I remember one Halloween when I first moved to Sayreville. I didn't go out that year. I had just moved, so I didn't really know enough people to like go out. So I didn't even really care. I just stayed home. I played, I think, Resident Evil. But I remember it was like 11 o'clock at night, maybe even like 11:30, and there was like somebody was just banging on my door. Like they were ringing the doorbell, obnoxiously knocking on the door. And I was like, what is this? Like, Halloween's basically over. Like, what's going on?
Oh.
I opened the door, and it's like 3 black guys who have to be in their mid to late 20s, like our ages now. And they're just like, trick or treat, yo. And I was just like, And like, there's two guys sitting in a car at my driveway, and I'm just like, yo, like he didn't even have a mask. He just had a bag. I'm just like, yo, you didn't even try.
Sure, it wasn't Jaren. It's Biggie Smalls.
Was it Biggie Smalls?
Oh.
No, it was just some tall black guy in a white tee with like with dreads, and he was like, "Are you gonna give me candy or what?" Because I didn't say anything when I looked at him. I was just like, He was like, "You still got some candy?" Because I'll go next door, but your lights were still on. And I was like, but my lights weren't on. And he was like, so you got candy? So I just gave him like what little candy was left. I think it was like Skittles. And he's like, all right, man, be cool, bro. And just walked off. And it's like, who was at the door? And I was like, oh no, I don't want to talk about it. I just want to act like it didn't happen.
But if we're talking about, are we still talking about Halloween? Yeah, we're still talking about Halloween, right?
Yeah.
Stories, right?
It's always Halloween.
All right. So, can I do two stories?
Go ahead.
All right. So, one of the stories I have throws me back to a couple years when I first met Ricardo and Nick as well. It was at our college. There was a Halloween party that they had at the college. Now, I was part of this anime club then. And the anime club did this thing called like a video game room, which had like a mini like juice bar, and it was pretty legit.
It was pretty cool for what it was.
Yeah, so I was brand new to the club, and I was still like, you know, feeling myself and like getting used to everyone. And like they had like, we were playing Super Smash Brothers, so it was cool. But like it's a college party, so you know college things happen. And a whole bunch of drunk girls come in, and like I was playing them in Super Smash Brothers. Now, for people that don't know me, I take Super Smash Brothers pretty seriously. And so while I was playing these girls, they were like, "You're such a piece of shit. You keep killing me." And I'm like, that's kind of the point. I kind of don't want to lose. But like, if you lose, I'll do something for you. And I was like, what? I'll treat you real nice. And I was like, but I really want to win. So
No matter what special treatment you can give me, I just want to win.
There's nothing that this girl could have done. And their friend was like, you shouldn't really let her. And she starts hitting me. She just starts hitting me while I'm playing. And I'm like, hey, stop. And I think it was Mike Caporal, who was just like, hey, ladies, calm down. You know how he talks.
Yeah.
He's like, ladies, calm down. You know, that's my boy Jaren. You know, he's having a good time. We're all having a good time. Like, he's a piece of shit. So next thing you know, she forfeits and she gets up and leaves. She's like, I was gonna suck her dick. And then she walks away. Just like that. Oh, I'll never forget that. I was so focused on winning, I forgot about the missed opportunity I could have had. But like, it probably would have been good anyway. But no.
I hope that victory was well worth it.
It was. You know, I never look back and be like, damn, I regret doing that. It would have been sloppy and unconcentrated.
You
now.
know, 99% of the people would think the other way. They'd be like, man, I regret that.
If it wasn't for Jaren turning that down, he might not be the Smash player he is today. That was a true test for Jaren. And he's a much better smasher for it.
Amen, Nick. Amen. The second party was one of our friends.
Can I just make a comment about that?
Oh yeah, real quick.
They took their time to drive all the way over there after getting drunk.
They were drunk. You forget there's a parking lot. People were getting drunk in the parking lot and going.
Okay.
There's a party. There was a college night, which is a party, Halloween college night party. Everyone, it was turned. I broke dance. You know, like I did my usual break dance thing. I did that thing there. It was crazy.
For those who don't know, Jaren's move is getting on his side and just doing the windmill essentially while he's running on the ground. And that's Jaren's move of being original.
Damn.
Jaren
You got
broke it
called out, son. How
Yeah,
you feel?
right.
Jaren, no, I'm not calling him out. I'm just saying that was Jaren's move. Jaren broke it out one time when all these people who were supposed to be like the best dancers in the school, they were dancing in like their one area, and then Jaren broke it out, and Jaren got instant street cred, like he was the coolest man alive. They were just
You
like,
know what?
Oh!
I might have a video of this.
I still have a video of it somewhere on my laptop.
No, stop.
I'll link into the podcast later.
It's just like, you want to see it? And he breaks down, that's right, be original. And everyone loved it, and Jaren became a star, and he's never turned back since.
Stop. All right, no, the next part. I'm not gonna name any names, but just know that I had a house at some time with other people, and I had roommates at this house.
I didn't think we had Halloween parties.
No, we didn't. This was a we went to a Halloween party. No, this is before the house. This is when I still lived in the apartment. We had the Halloween party there, but I'm not talking about that Halloween party. I'm talking about the Halloween party
That was a good Halloween.
That was
party.
a good Halloween party.
There's a lot wrong with that Halloween party that made it a good Halloween party.
Exactly.
But it was a good Halloween
It was
party.
really good. Whew. Anyway, no, I'm not talking about my party. I'm talking about this other party I went to on Rutgers, and I had to drive because like my friend, she called me and she was like, "I'm really drunk," and I'm just like, "What?" You know,
All drunk girls sound the same to Jaren.
I really drunk. You should come to this party, and like it was me and like two of my other friends, the pretty boy. I miss Gabe and G Reeves.
I'm not gonna name names, but I miss Gabe.
No, I'll name them. I'll name the homies, but I'm not gonna name the other person who we went to go pick up.
Before you continue, why do all drunk girls sound like half deaf girls to you?
I don't know. Shut up. It's how they sound to me. Just shut up. Damn. And so we go to Rutgers and she's there and she's like, "Hey guys." And we're just like, "Oh my God, she's so turned." And the one thing that we want to do is just protect her from any creeper that's coming her way. Because
I know this story.
yeah, you do. Because a lot of the creepers were just like coming up to her, and I was doing some serious like bodyguard shit that I was just like, "Nah, son, just back away, keep away from her." And then it was a basement party. I get there, there's no jungle juice, there's no alcohol left, there's water. I mean, gotta stay hydrated, right? And so I'm down there, and then like. It's like a fight breaks out. And it's me, Gabe, and George, and we're like sitting there, and we form like this like triforce around her just to make sure that she doesn't. And she's like in the middle, just being all drunk and like laughing and giggling, and we're like, "Stop fucking moving, just stay, stay the fuck still." Because I'm just like, if they touch her or like do anything to harm her, I might just lose my shit. And so instead of doing that, because I can't leave because they're right fucking in the middle of the entire floor, so the only thing I can do is just stand there and just like deal with it until like it like breaks down or like quiets down a little bit. And so I'm still waiting for it to like calm down, and then the cops come, and then as soon as the cops come, I'm like, now's our chance. So we fucking just take off. I grab her and like I'm like, "Gabe, George, pick her up, let's go." And so we just all go. She's like, "Where are we going?" I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, we're out. We can't stay here anymore, party's over." But I'm not drunk enough yet. I'm like, "Yes, you fucking are. You're fucking done." And so that was the end of that Halloween. So it's like different. And when you're a kid, you're trick-or-treating. When you're in high school, you're like kind of trick-or-treating but not really. And when you're in college, you're partying your ass off.
Because you're too old. Like when you're in high school, you're too old to do like traditional Halloween, but you're not old enough to do adult Halloween. Like you can't really go to parties.
Yeah, like even right now in my like mid to late 20s, I'm like I still go to Halloween parties, and I know there's gonna be alcohol there. But I tell the host of the party, I send them a message on Facebook. I'm just like, "Look, I'm not coming to your party unless there's candy there." I tell them I need a Three Musketeer bar every Halloween. It's like tradition. I can't go without.
I mean, you could just go to Quick Check and buy.
No, I have to get it for free.
Wherever they get candy is not Three Musketeers.
No, I tell them to give me a Three Musketeer bar. It hasn't failed me yet, so you know it's still going.
I'm gonna make you come to a Halloween party, and there's going to be every candy bar but Three Musketeers.
Nick told you guys my street cred ever since that windmill trick, has been going up. So
Been
when I
on
say
point.
Yo, you're also going to this party? Yo, you gotta have that Three Musketeer.
you
Three
have to,
Musketeers? Oh crap! I bought everything but. I got Babe Ruth. Maybe he'll like that.
Right. Is there anyone that wants to say any more stories?
I'd just like to. It really like bothers me how Halloween is nowhere near as good as it used to be. Like,
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
It's really sad.
They come out earlier and earlier. Like kids start trick or treating. Like I remember growing up, you were a joke if you trick or treated when the sun was still out.
Yeah, you're sitting there like, "Huh, bitch, 3:00."
Yeah, right. Like only like, I guess the kids between like what like I guess like 4 and like 6 to 7 years old went out when like the sun was
With their
going
parents,
down.
yeah.
With their parents because they didn't want to keep them out too late. And then all the other kids came out like after dark, and got to be out. Like Halloween didn't like it felt really late. It was like what 10 o'clock Halloween would end. Like
Yeah.
people would start turning their lights off, but like still that seemed really late at the time.
Yeah.
And like
To be out that late walking around.
yeah. And like now, nobody really puts up Halloween decorations. It's such a dead holiday.
It's because the curfew is like what kills it nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a curfew.
Like before
We
there was-
officially changed daylight savings for this holiday.
Yeah, it's November 1st now.
Yeah.
Like, it used to definitely be in October. That's why I'm sitting here. I'm like, what the fuck is
It
going
was in
on?
October. No, yeah, we changed daylight savings. It was it was earlier in October. And
Like,
we
October.
changed-
It used to be October, like, 17th or
Yeah,
some
so
shit.
it would be lighter for kids to trick or treat. It was something George Bush did. It's a Bush ruling.
Someone go to TCG and just see this ruling fucking GW did, yo.
But yeah, it's nowhere near as fun as it is as it used to be. Like, kids don't even try anymore. Their parents are just like, "I'll buy you a bag of candy. Just shut up."
But not to mention, like, it's expensive, too. Like, you and I work at a party store, so we know how expensive these decorations
Yeah,
and shit
Halloween costumes
are.
run
Like
$50.
$50.
Yeah, for like, and they're not even let me tell you, the packaging always looks amazing.
Yeah, the packaging looks great. And then
But
you open the shit and you're like, what the fuck is this?
This one girl came to try on a Jason. It was a female Jason costume, which really just consisted of a jersey. I don't know why Jason wears jerseys now. He doesn't. But it just consisted of like it was supposed to be like a jersey that almost looked like a dress, and she put it on and it just looked like a normal big jersey. And like she was like, "This sucks. Like I can just get this from my boyfriend." And like that costume alone was like $55.
I mean, that's the whole point, though. That's how they make money on Halloween.
Yeah, I know,
Because
but
a
like,
lot of people are too lazy to build it and make one. That
well, I mean, but like,
you sell complete ones for like really high price. It just makes sense. That's
it
just how
wasn't
we
even
do it.
complete. It was so half-assed. I feel like there's no trying anymore.
I mean, that's how it is. Like, look at the Star Wars one. Like, especially if you want to be a Jedi, all they throw in there is like the cheapest like silk with that has 2 holes in him, so it looks like a robe, and that's a wrap.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel. I mean, like I know, like I always thought it was just me getting older, but like honestly, the mystique just feels like.
No, dude, it's always been like that. Like even like the costumes I got when I was a kid. So it's always been like that.
Well, I'm not saying the costumes haven't always been cheap. I mean, like, 'cause let me tell you, the costumes have been pretty cheap.
Yeah.
My ninja costumes. I remember my ninja costumes would always come with like that cheap foam body armor.
Yeah.
And like that would always like rip at one point in time. I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm all," and then rip, and I'm like, "Well, I've got
The
a
one
hole
I
in my
got
body
was
armor."
literally didn't even come with body armor. It's just the black shit you wrap around yourself. I was just like, cool. I bought cloth.
I used to think the best part of those were the masks because you
Yeah.
got the things and you would put them over your face. But then they came with plastic masks, and you're just like even better. So now I'm just pulling double duty as Super Ninja. But unfortunately, Halloween has lost its luster. But as adults, we can at
Yeah,
least
yeah,
we can at least
exactly.
still party no matter what. My friend's going to Hoboken, and my other friend's going to
Even for me
Jersey
right now,
City.
like I'm going to my Halloween. Well, it's like a birthday / Halloween party on Friday, but I was just like, even I'm not like too hyped up for it because I'm just like, I really don't care. And all the parties I got invited to on Saturday, I'm just like, I really don't care. Like at this point, I just want to relax and just like if it was just like a casual gathering, I'm down for that. But it's like people want to do that party thing.
We try to. They try too hard to make things unenjoyable in America. Don't come to America. If you're listening to this in any other country.
I need 3 Musketeer bar.
So you're trying
If
to
you
say
do
I
come
should-
to
I
America-
should go to Puerto Rico and egg some more houses.
No, because you're still a Commonwealth. You're still owned by us. We
Alright.
still own your soul.
So before we end this podcast, I want to talk about that one story that everybody knows that was like 2 years ago or so of the lady that left a note in a trick-or-treater's bag.
I do not know this story.
The one that said you shouldn't be giving candy to the kids and like they'll get fat or whatever, blah blah. It was just a lady just put these notes in the bag, essentially calling out the parent. And the parent was like furious, like I would be too. Like they're essentially telling you to learn how to like
Learn
raise
how
your
to-
kids right. Like don't
but
give them
like
sugar
it's-
and shit.
just because you don't believe in Halloween doesn't mean you have to ruin a holiday.
I'd rather get a note though than there are people who like tape razor blades to candy bars.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that's
I remember growing up, I was told to look out for that. Actually, I'm glad you actually said that. That really reminded me. Growing up, that was something my mom and my grandmother always warned me about. They're just like, make sure there's no razor blades in your candy bars. And I was like, who's gonna be dumb enough to put razor blades in candy bars, Mom?
A lot of people.
Oh, I don't even understand. Like, why would you even go through the trouble of doing that? What kind of sick, sadistic, twisted mind?
There's a lot of sick people in this world.
But my question to the thing I just said was, how would you react if you were a parent and you got that note?
I'd be
I
pissed.
just throw it away.
Listen, I'm pissed as as an uncle, and when my nieces and nephews and I go trick or treating with them, when they get like a bag of pennies or an apple.
Yeah.
Fuck the person
I
that
once
gives
got-
you an apple.
Yeah, fuck that person gives you an apple.
No, okay. First off, fuck
I'd
the
rather
person.
get an apple. One time I got a Ziploc bag of Cheez-Its.
No, but my nephew actually got like a Ziploc bag of like 25 pennies, and I'm like,
That's 25 cents.
that's pennies are the most useless amount of tender in this whole
Money's
country.
money, man.
Like 25 pennies for real. Your ass couldn't like. You're just like, I gotta get rid of these pennies.
I can't give him this
No,
quarter.
I watched Ed and Eddie, so 25 cents seems like a lot.
Sure.
Buy a
But it wasn't
jawbreaker with
even a
that.
quarter. Maybe
But-
if you gave me like
Derek,
$1 in quarters.
Derek, please tell me you threw out those Cheez-Its.
Yeah, I didn't eat that. I didn't know where those Cheez-Its were. They look like they've been like stale and oh, okay, we'll just put this in Ziploc bags and give it to children.
Yeah, I was never able to eat apples unless like the only time I was ever to eat apples from I never ate them anyway because I was like, this isn't candy. But my neighbors would give out like
Candy apples.
no, just well, they started doing candy apples, but my neighbors at first immediately they would always give me $5. And they would give me an apple, but they were my immediate neighbors, like right next door to me, so we knew them. So it was all right for me to eat the apple if I so
$5.
choose.
$5 is a lot of fucking.
I think they only gave it to like my family though, like me and my brother and sisters.
Lucky you.
I remember when you were a kid and you went into 7-Eleven or something, and sometimes those people would be like, yeah, I'll take candy.
Yeah.
It's Halloween.
Yeah.
That never happened to me.
Right.
Really? That happened to me a couple times.
Yeah, they usually give me a free Slurpee on 7-Eleven though.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I got a candy bar one time.
On 7-Eleven, okay, that's what I meant. 7-Eleven.
No, I'm talking about like.
No, I was making a joke about
okay,
7.
I'm sorry, I didn't care.
Alright.
'Cause,
Damn.
we were talking about Halloween. You know.
Wherever,
But to get back to the topic, if somebody gave my child a note saying you shouldn't allow, like, whose business is it of yours if my children eats candy? Maybe this is the one. Maybe I raised my child like a strict vegan, and this is the one time a year they get a cheat day. They don't know.
They can't have candy if they're a vegan.
Cheat day. Come on.
Honestly, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care if I got a note in the
Yeah,
bag.
you can easily ignore the note, but like, you're telling me you still want to get heated from it?
No, it's a stranger who's telling me how to raise.
I
my
mean,
kid.
I wouldn't confront them, but I'd
Yeah,
be
no, but
the
that's
fact
why
that
I would get heated. Because
I'll
a random
confront them.
stranger fucking.
yeah, like that
no.
somebody's actually going out of their
I
way.
wouldn't even read it.
It's my kid.
I mean,
I call BS on that because no matter what type of person you are, you're only human. You're gonna open that goddamn
Halloween's
note.
already ruined. Stop trying to ruin it more than. I mean,
if I
terrorists tried to do it
if I
when
read
they
like
brought
the first
anthrax.
2 sentences and
Or
I
at
didn't
least-
give a fuck,
Or at
I would
least your
throw
kid
this
would
letter
open it.
out.
Or at least your kid would open it and read it.
Yeah, Daddy, what does this mean? What? Oh, hell no.
My kid's not gonna learn how to read. What? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Man, the judgment was mad real.
I was like,
My kid will be
But no,
illiterate.
I would probably not confront the person because you wouldn't even know where the note came from unless the person
True.
had their address and everything.
unless
That's why there's no point in getting angry about it.
unless we
There's
came
still-
right from the
well,
house.
There is still a reason to get angry for it because a random stranger just told you off.
Word.
In a note.
I'd be
Still
like,
same difference. You're
how
still
about
getting
is this
told off for a
Valentine's Day? You trying to ask me out on a date?
In a note.
Try and get the number. If anyone gave my kid their number, I would go and beat
Could you
their
imagine that instead of candy, that someone was just at a house and they were just like, here you go, here you go.
These are the times I'm home. Come over whenever you want.
Here's my schedule.
I'll have my shirt off.
Does anybody remember like what scares there were growing up? I guess during Halloween, because like I remember anthrax was a big thing. A lot of people didn't go trick or treating that one year because they were like, "There's gonna be anthrax in your candy."
Oh yeah, they're like, be careful of bags
Well,
of.
without razor blades, anthrax. Some people were putting like they would insert something inside apples or any candy bar or something.
yeah, like
Razor
if you
Oh,
just-
yeah. And people would be like, make sure there's no holes in the candy or whatever.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or-
I mean that's about it. Like
I mean,
there wasn't,
the
like,
typical
anything.
kidnappers,
Yeah,
you know, just the white vans.
And then you have those dentists who are like, don't eat candy.
Oh, yeah.
Halloween's a terrible holiday, and then you just see them eating all the candy.
I gave you a
in the world.
toothbrush for Halloween. What the fuck?
Right? Screw that guy.
Toothbrush and toothpaste. Have fun.
Remember to brush your teeth.
Get the hell out of here.
I'm like, is this a tube full of candy? No, fluoride. Shit.
Yeah,
now I'm
apple
gonna
and
die.
Toothbrush people.
Or the bubble gum toothpaste, which you're just like, this is terrible.
It never tasted like bubble gum.
It's like,
Oh man, I hated those people that gave you the pretzels.
oh,
That's not candy. Get that shit out of here.
Oh my god.
Okay, but so you'll hate pretzels, but earlier you were like, I'll take the apple.
Yeah.
What?
No, I hate pretzels too. I would probably
But
take
if it wasn't, but he just argued he wouldn't take the pretzel because it's not candy.
First off, pretzels are terrible.
But
Apples are
he
at
just
least.
argued they weren't candy.
At least apples are sweet
I was
in a
just gonna say
way.
that they're at least
Pretzels
sweet.
are
But
dry
at least
and
it was always pretzel sticks.
I got a
Not
bag
always,
of pretzels.
yeah.
That's
I
the
always
only
got
time I would
pretzel
eat it
sticks.
was if the teacher would have. That was the only snack like allowed in class, basically.
I hated that too.
So the
Pretzels
teacher
or
would have this big
crackers.
like bucket of pretzel
Those
sticks.
big ass, like
Yeah.
thick ass pretzels that
Like, you
dry
could put
in
like
your
a
mouth.
small baby in there.
Yo, but when you were younger, you would bite one end off and you're like, I got my cigars.
I did that.
Yo, which makes candy cigarettes all the better.
Yeah, I guess.
Candy? Nobody liked candy
And
cigarettes?
then there was a one cool,
No, I did.
there was a cool teacher who was like, "I got chocolate covered pretzels," and you're like, "I can fuck with you." I got the white chocolate covered pretzels. I'm
I
like,
remember like
hey,
that's when they always gave like caramel apples at school.
yeah,
I never got caramel
never
apples
got
at
a
school. We
caramel
would
apple.
make
I got
them at
caramel.
home, but I would never get them at school.
I got caramel apple at school. You had to
Yeah.
buy them though.
Yeah.
They're like special for
We
lunch
would
though.
get like the special super pops that had like the crazy flavors, like the cotton candy raspberry pops.
I never
I
got a
don't
super
remember
pop.
that.
I remember those.
They were like really, they were super big.
So there's a line.
There's a
It's
divide.
like-
There's
It's like me and Jaren and you and Derek.
Me and Derek know it's really about.
Yeah, those things were humongous.
Like honestly, like they would fall off the stick so easily, and you could just choke and die on them at that age.
Shit. All right. I mean,
They were huge.
Remember those days with caramel apple? Like you get around the first layer and you're just like, I kind of want to dip it again, and they're just
Yeah.
like, they're like,
no.
no.
You're like, what the fuck?
I
man?
can't eat caramel apples. I feel it's a
well, back
struggle.
then we liked it because we were kids. Even when I eat it now, I'm just like,
It's you bite it, you're like, it gets all up on.
What's the other one when it gets like red instead of caramel? Has anybody else seen that? Is that just me? Like it's dipped in like something red, candy apples, I guess. where
candy
it's just
apples?
red.
I don't know what candy apples are, but
I don't
know
know.
what
What,
you're talking
yeah, I don't know what the candy is for that, but
It's candy. Hey, I want candy.
that was what my mom always made that like around Halloween, not just on Halloween, but like around the time. It was like a fall thing.
All right. Does anyone else have any other stories we want to share?
nah. Like I said, not too many like crazy interesting ones. Like
Yeah.
unlike you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I never had strangers beckoning me.
Well, you
into
guys
their-
went out on mischief night. I stayed
see,
home and played Pokemon.
If it was a different, like, if this was a different topic, like, what's the scariest thing, like, some of the scariest things that happened? Oh, I got.
Oh
many of
my
those.
God.
I got some scary
I could name,
shit.
I could go off a list. I
Yeah.
could never stop.
That'll be a different time. We'll do that another
Yeah,
time. But as for
'cause-
Halloween stories specifically, nothing.
Yeah, specifically on Halloween. I mean, I guess the best it got was I got intoxicated in ways that may have been legal or illegal.
But I like, even the scary stories I have aren't even near Halloween at all either.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
they're all
always
like-
in the summer.
Yeah. Oh, the summer is a true. Okay. All right. No, we gotta go. We gotta go. All right, guys. So once again, thank you for joining us on the Geek Index of the podcast. Tune in next week for our next exciting and next exciting tale. Something shit. You'll be here.
Installment.
Next
Thank you.
time on Dragon Ball
Next
Z.
time on the Geek
So-
Index, Jaren will learn how to say the next exciting
Shut the
installment.
fuck
I
up.
almost screwed it up.
Keep calm, keep cool, and
Stay
keep it
tuned for the next
geeky.
installment.
We'll see you next week.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a
installments of 9
woodchuck could chuck wood?